Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the recording for today's episode corrupted, so we're gonna do a little bit of a smaller one. Fortunately, I didn't do much other than finishing up Fat Larry's quest and talking to Beckett, and I didn't want you guys to miss out on this, so let's let them talk for a minute.
My Wunderkind returns. In my entire court, I knew there was only one who could have succeeded in this task. Finally, the Ankaran sarcophagus is ours. Come, I've granted Beckett's request to study and document all the markings of the sarcophagus. You've met Beckett, haven't you? Let's go take a look inside and see what the commotion around the city has really been all about.
Yes, let's. Sorry. The only other thing I did was Fat Larry's quest, and we'll jump ahead to that.
Unfortunately for the Heralds of Doom, it appears we won't be opening Pandora's box. The markings, as far as I can tell, are of Assyrian origin. An extraordinary piece, but nothing earth-shattering.
I see. Then there is no good reason why we shouldn't open it.
He's such a dork.
Won't budge. Beckett, do you see any mechanism for the lid?
I haven't, as yet, had a chance to pore over it with my fine-tooth comb. I think I have one in my bag.
Why won't it open, Beckett? And you, I thought you said it looked as if it had been opened on the Dane. I want it open! You and Beckett, figure out a way to open it. I need to know what's inside. I have other matters to attend to. Come get me when a solution has been found.
Ah, the depths to which I'll sink to prove others wrong. The young ones get so temperamental. Fortunately for Sebastian, is it? I'd already made up my mind to open the sarcophagus, if only to show the city that Gehenna, contrary to popular belief, has not begun.
So how do we open it?
In the last few seconds, I've had very few epiphanies. I may be old, but I didn't build it. How knowledgeable are you on ancient Assyrian funerary constructs?
I know they're vulnerable to TNT.
Oh, yes, how foolish of me. That would be the sound, reasonable course of action. A priceless piece of history, by all means. Run out and pick up some TNT.
Sure, where can I get some?
How have you gotten this far? Here's what we're going to do. I know of someone who can help. His name is Dr. Ingvar Johansen, a professor of archaeology from Norway. He was the one responsible for finding the sarcophagus, and as far as I know, the only authority on its origin and design.
Where can I find him?
Until yesterday, he could have been found in his suite at the Empire Hotel downtown. But when I stopped by earlier this evening, all I found was spilt coffee on a morning paper. Appears he's been abducted.
By who?
I detected the scent of myrrh incense, which is usually burned in monasteries. Also, I found beach sand in part of a muddy footprint. Putting two and two together, I located a monastery near a beach in Malibu, where I believe hunters are holding Johansen captive.
All right, and you figured all that from sniffing around his room?
Actually, there were 2 hunters on the roof of the building opposite the hotel who were positively delighted to tell me everything they knew, provided I stopped dangling them head first over the side.
Wonderful. Hunters have this guy. What would hunters want with an archaeologist?
The hunters abducted Dr. Johansen for his own protection, or at least that's how they've justified it. He's being held by the Society of Leopold and used, quite ingeniously, as bait for Prince Lacroix's minions.
Like me? Society of Leopold?
Sebastian mentioned you ran into one of the hunters from the Society of Leopold some time ago. They're so secret a church organization, I don't even think they know if they exist. But essentially, they're murderers for Christ, or some such deity.
Ah, sounds like a lame deity compared to Set. Good luck getting him out.
It's not that I don't love walking into the heart of danger to curry favor with the local magistrate of the hour. But, actually, that's exactly it. I'd rather not get involved in the politics of it. Besides, I'd better document the sarcophagus before Sebastian's goon smashes it open.
Fine, well, you could have just said because I'm afraid to, so what do I do alone?
You'll have to go to the monastery and find a way into the tunnels beneath, where the hunters are holding Johansen. I'm afraid I can't accompany you, but then it's best you go alone. Too many of us might set them off, like fundamentalists on contrary opinion.
Yeah, you'd know all about that one, Beckett. I'll kill every hunter in the place if I have to.
I'd recommend no other course of action to the foolhardy. I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake.
Yes, thank you, Beckett. A few questions before I go.
Excellent.
You spoke of Gehenna before. Think this sarcophagus is part of it?
Well, if we open it up and the world ends, then yes. If we open it up and the world does not end, then no. I'd wager the latter.
Alright, tell me about yourself.
I've said quite a lot about myself already. I know even less about you than you do me. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
The beast. I can't help but give into it. It's so great and tempting, like cake or heroin.
I've seen some of the most docile, respected colleagues become emotionless killers within a few decades. It's tempting to give in, to resist struggling. It's easy to remember you're a walking corpse. Try to forget.
I need to start keeping my rage in check. Hard in this mod, but we do it. I appreciate the advice.
Unless you've got further questions, I'd really like to get back to looking at the sarcophagus.
Thank you, Beckett. Alright. I find it really annoying that you can't engage him, sort of, on the level. What we did next was do Fat Larry's quest. Which I really don't want to do again, because it was god-awful. But yeah, no, we had to fight our way down here, and yeah, it was a whole thing. But I want you to see his, reaction. So yeah, you missed out, I suppose, on mostly just me fighting my way through this and being kind of annoyed that 38 Smith & Wesson specials are apparently, like, as powerful as a fucking Glock in this mod. And this thing doesn't show up unless you have... it does show up, but it doesn't, like, glow, you know? Unless you have the, inspection. So, just on the way to Fat Larry, because this is gonna be... I apologize that this is going to be a significantly shorter session than what you lovely people are used to, but I do not want to have to do this combat section again, after we've already gotten through it, and, I just wanted you guys to know that, yeah, we are still going to be doing the playthrough, but yeah, this one suffers from a few technical difficulties. So just about this mod, what I wanted to say was that, like, I suppose if the only thing it did was make it so that you play, you know, new... if you could play new clans. If the only thing it did was let you play, like, these new alternate clans and these new alternate disciplines, then I would think it's really, really good. But they've put in so many, in my opinion, like, unnecessary balancing changes, to the point that I'm pretty sure some of it literally skill gates you out of being able to complete quests. So in other words, you have to invest skill points to complete quests, which give you very little XP. So what all this adds up to, basically, is that, like, there's no incentive at all to try out any of the new stuff. Like, I think my Serpentis speaks for itself. I'm, like, on the end game, and I've only got level 3. Because I just can't justify 18 experience points to buy something that might not, quite frankly, be very good. Let's see what Fat Larry has to say.
Partner!
Got the briefcase!
Outstanding!
Pass it over here, partner. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everything looks in order. Somebody somewhere got to be pissed off by losing this. Too bad I sent my man right here after him. All right, let me peel off a few bills for you. I'll just drop this off to the new owner in the morning. Then I'm gonna get me a big old steak. Not that domestic stuff neither. I'm gonna order up 32 ounces of Kobe beef, the expensive shit. You wanna come? My treat.
I'll have to pass. I'm unavailable during the day. Alright, so finally, what we have, we went down to Sing's in Chinatown, and I wanted to know if I could buy the new armor, but that doesn't seem to be like something that we're going to be able to afford, so we got a flamethrower instead. And I very much like... Oh, where was it? I think the fuel is labeled like Burninator brand or something. But yeah, no. So overall, yeah, if this mod just had the new clans, I think it'd be really good. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that seems just intentionally there to frustrate you. So yeah, very sorry for the. Oh, he's in combat mode. Very sorry for the shorter session today. Technical difficulties being what they are, and next time we will be heading over to the Hunter base. Wish I could make him wave goodbye like in Dark Souls, but until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching.